It's pretty simple. He looks around the shop and then just dives under the counter for some free packs. He hides the packs inside the bag of his accomplice. Keep that in mind. It will be important later.
Another one.
And then, get this, the girl later went to sell the packs at another shop, in the same bag that used for the heist. Genius level planning right there. This time, we've got a famous rapper out here stealing Pokemon cards, a real-life gangster committing a crime over kids' cards at Marrow Games. Okay, famous might be doing some heavy lifting here, but if you live in LA, you might have heard of him. Marrow Games blasted him on Instagram and immediately reported him to the police. And lo and behold, our rapper suddenly wanted to talk it out. At first, he said he'd pay everything back, offering $3,000 in cash or $5,000 in product. But Marrow Games didn't budge. They wanted their actual product back, not some random items that could also be stolen. Honestly, really smart move on their part. They even listed everything he took. And just the fossil packs alone were worth nearly $4,000. Then things got wild. He says he can't pay if he goes to jail, then threatens that if anything happens to him in prison, his family will know who sent him there. And finally, he offers to work in the store to pay it all back. All 5 stages of thief panic right there. I looked into it, and it seems like they figured it out, because Frosty is still happily posting on Instagram like nothing ever happened.
Frosty Da Snowmann is a rapper out of Inglewood, California, who once had real momentum behind his name. With a unique voice and a style that stood out, he managed to catch attention online and build a growing fan base. For a moment, it looked like he was on his way to something bigger in the music industry. But recently, the conversation around him has shifted, and not in a positive direction. Frosty has been circulating online due to allegations involving collectible card shops, where he was accused of taking high-value items like Pokemon and sports cards. These aren't just small items either. Some of these collectibles can be worth thousands of dollars, which makes situations like this much more serious. What really added fuel to the situation is that this isn't the first time his name has been tied to something like this. There's been talk online suggesting that both him and his girlfriend have been accused more than once in similar situations. Now again, these are allegations being discussed publicly, not confirmed legal outcomes. But when the same type of story keeps popping up, people start to look at it differently. And that's where things get complicated. When you're a public figure, perception can become reality in the eyes of fans. Even if everything isn't fully proven, repeated accusations can damage your image fast. It raises questions, creates doubt, and shifts the focus away from your music. Some people online have even started questioning the bigger picture, like what this says about his career. Because if an artist who once had buzz is now being associated with situations like this, it can make it seem like things aren't going the way they should behind the scenes. But it's important to approach that carefully. The music industry isn't always what it looks like from the outside. Not every artist who has attention is financially stable, and not every viral moment translates into long-term success. Still, decisions matter, and if you're trying to build something real, your actions off the mic are just as important as what you do on it. The harsh reality is this: situations like this can slow down or even derail a career if they're not handled the right way. Not just because of what happened, but because of how it makes people feel about working with you moving forward. At the same time, this could also be a turning point. Moments like this can either define someone in a negative way or push them to regroup, move smarter, and take control of their narrative. Because in today's world, everything is documented, everything spreads fast, and every decision carries weight. So the real question is, what happens next? Will this situation fade and allow him to refocus on music? Or will it continue to follow him and affect his opportunities going forward? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: when you're building a name for yourself, protecting it is just as important as creating it.